There's no objection to the committee considering the amendment. I shall therefore call Mr. Kols from Latvia to speak to the amendment. Mr. Kols, you are recognized.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Lopatka and VC for submitting this resolution. It's really crucial and important. And obviously, throughout these days, we touched upon the Wagner group as well. And one thing that really has to be registered here in this resolution is the recognition that the Russian President, Putin himself, has admitted publicly funding from the Russian state budget Wagner mercenary group. Yes, so far he has admitted for 1 year, but there's circulating information that it has been, for the past 10 years, and the amounts that the Wagner group, Prigozhin, has received amounts more than 10 billion. So we can imagine what kind of killing machine Russian Federation has created, coupling democratic countries, governments, and institutions, creating coups and etc., and committing crimes, war crimes, and atrocities. And therefore, this should be recognized in this resolution, the direct link that has been admitted by the President of the Russian Federation, also quoting the exact amount that the President has stated on public recording on a TV broadcast. So therefore, I call for support of this amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone wish to speak against the amendment? Mr. Lopatka, what is your opinion about the amendment?
We can support this amendment.
Thank you. I shall now put the manuscript amendment to the vote. Will all those in favor of the amendment please raise your voting cards? Thank you. Those against? And any abstentions? The amendment is adopted. There is no objection to the committee considering the amendment. I therefore call Mr. Kols from Latvia to speak to the amendment. Mr. Kols, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On this particular amendment, obviously, with adopting the previous suggested as well, and thank you, colleagues, for the support, that was the factual thing to register in this resolution, that there is a clear, not only link, but there is a, the relationship between the Russian state and the Wagner group, the terrorist organization that we also have defined. And now it's important in a part of the conclusions to actually stipulate that we call for the member states of the OEC and broader number of countries to recognize Wagner Group as a terrorist organization. But in the meantime, since there is a clear linkage and it's being funded by the Russian state with the Russian finances, that means that Russia is state sponsor of terrorism and should be treated as such, with all the legal consequences that falls out of that conclusion. So therefore, I would call for my colleagues here in this room to support this amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone wish to speak against this amendment? Mr. Lopatka, your opinion.
We can support this amendment also.
Thank you. I shall now put the manuscript amendment to the vote. Will all those in favor of the amendment please raise your voting cards? Thank you. Those against, please raise your voting card. Any abstentions? Thank you. The manuscript amendment is adopted.